the thing that I want to talk about tonight is has something to do with the people that are involved in these cases that have a significant other, a new significant other, whether it be, you know, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a fiance, or a husband, or a new husband, or a new wife. Obviously, you know, when you're involved in these cases, it's a very you're engulfed in it, you know, completely. And regardless of how involved your significant other is, they are still involved. Even if they're minimally involved, they're still involved, and they're you know, what's going on in the case will have an effect on your relationship. What's going on in the case will have an effect on them. Obviously, it will have an effect on you. And you know, the two of you can kind of you know, be each other's life preserver, not only in the case, but keeping each other sane outside of the case too. So if you have a significant other, and if you pay attention to this, and if you don't, then just maybe put this one on the back burner until time when you do, if God forbid the case is still going on then. And if you are a significant other, this is a good one to not only practice on your own too, but to share with the party that, you know, with the party that's involved in the case. I know some people in this program are actually the significant other for one reason or another, which is fine. It's good teamwork, you know. But what it is basically the four things that you should focus on, or the four things that you should make sure that you do with regard to your relationship with your significant other. Okay, to kind of make things run a little more smoothly, to stay on the same page, to be most beneficial to each other as you possibly can through this, you know, hellhole that you guys are working through, this nightmare that you're kind of working through. The four things. So, and the very first one is, and it seems self-explanatory, but you need to remind yourself of this all the time. The very first one that you need to make sure that you always do is to be 100% honest with that person. 100% honest with them about what's going on. Obviously, you should be 100% honest with them anyway, but you should be 100% honest with them about what's going on in the case. Communications that you're having with your ex, you know, communications with, you know, the other attorney, if you're talking to the attorney, or information regarding child support, like child support that you're paying or child support that you're receiving. And this is even more, I mean, obviously you should always be honest with the person, but especially if you're like in a very serious relationship, like you're engaged, you're about to be engaged, you're married, you're about to be married, because at that point, they're not separate lives anymore. You know, if it's just like a dating boyfriend, girlfriend type thing, then you don't necessarily need to like share like child support information and like that kind of stuff and whatever. And quite frankly, if you don't think you need to share that, that's your prerogative. But if you do share that, if you do talk about that stuff, you need to make sure that you are 100% honest with it. Okay? And here's the reason why. Because if you're not 100% honest with it, then you're moving forward into a relationship that's based on things that aren't true, right? So what would happen is, your worst case scenario, if you're honest with somebody about something that you're going through, that's a very serious thing, a very emotionally driven thing, and very emotional thing, and you're not honest with them, then you're basically not only living through the nightmare of the case, but you're also kind of living a lie, because you're not being honest with that person. And if you're worried that they can't handle that honesty, well, then you should think twice about sharing a life together. You know what I mean? Because I've seen it happen so many times with clients. I've seen it happen before with family members. And if you hide stuff, if you're not honest about stuff, it's just a ticking time bomb. Okay. So that's number one. It seems self-explanatory, but it's very, very important. Number two is basically a spinoff of that, which I kind of addressed on, but it's don't hide anything. You know, if you're not in a very serious relationship and you don't talk about things, that's fine, but don't hide anything. Don't hide, you know, communications. Like I've seen, you know, obviously some of you on here have very, very bad relationship with your exes, but I've seen, I've had a couple people, at least I know in this group, that have decent relationships with their exes. They're just in the program to like make sure that they get the most out of their case. Like if you guys communicate all the time, you know, you don't hide that from your new significant other. If you like some people, like I actually you know, if you can get to the point where you can like help the kids like get a present for him or her, your ex, you know, I know some of you are probably like, holy shit, that's never going to happen. Some of the people watching this do that. All right. And eventually it'd be great if everybody could. I know it's not possible probably, but if you do shit like that, don't hide it. You know, don't hide it from your significant other, because they need to know, like, you guys need to be a team. You need to be in this together, not only for your future, but for what's going on. Because if you, if you know, if you have someone you can share everything with, you're going to be that much better off. You know, the third thing is, and this is important because they're going, I know, because I've talked to my fiance about it before, or early on in, you know, in my divorce, not so much now because things are pretty much smoothed over, but early on when things were nasty. The third thing is to always make sure you remind them how important they are to you. Okay. Do it daily. Okay. Because you are fighting day in and day out for your kids. You're focused on that case a lot. You know, you're fighting with your ex or communicating with your ex or whatever. And to make sure that you need to make sure that they know how appreciated they are, how much you care about them, how, you know, how their support means everything to you. Don't let them forget that, because it could be very easy for you. And again, it's not everybody's going to fit into all of these boxes that I'm opening today, but some of you are going to fit into some of them, maybe one of them. It's very easy for you to get distracted by what's going on and not also put the energy into your relationship that you should be putting in to your relationship, if that makes sense. So that's number 3. Make sure they know daily, or at least consistently, how important they are. You know, take time for each other. You know, do date nights, like just to clear your head, to appreciate each other, to get a positive vibe going. And just to reinforce the fact that, you know what, no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay. Okay. It's important. And then finally, the next one would be for significant others that maybe like to get a little bit more involved and a little bit aggressive, and they're like more protective and things like that, which is it's not a bad quality. However, the fourth thing is to when that situation arises, to keep them calm and keep them on track with your goals. Okay. You guys are in this program to learn a bunch of different cool stuff, whether it be stuff that you can use outside of the courtroom or stuff that you can use inside the courtroom. And all of it is directed to help you guys get results and to get peace of mind and happiness, both inside the courtroom and outside of the courtroom. That's the goal. And sometimes if you're not sharing a lot of this stuff with your significant other, and they don't realize it, or even if you do share it with them, you need to make sure you keep them on track as well. Okay. Because the last thing you want to do is to be putting all this effort in it and time and energy and changing your behavioral patterns and your communication patterns and the whole thing, and then have them with good intentions, not that they're intentionally being a jerk, but with good intentions, have them kind of mess everything up by flipping their lid, you know, just flipping out on the ex to protect you or to stick up for you or whatever. So that's the fourth thing, is to keep them calm and keep them on track and focused on your goals. All right. So number 1, always be honest, be 100% honest. Number 2, don't hide anything. Don't hide anything from them. Okay. If they get pissed off about something you're hiding from them or that you're sharing with them, then you need to reevaluate whether it's the right thing. Okay. Number 3, remind them daily, or at least consistently, how important you are and how important they are and how much you care about them. Okay. And then finally, number 4, you know, keep them calm, actively keep them calm and on track with your goals. Okay. 2, you know, it's like a little mini mastermind. 2 people working towards the same goal consistently are a lot more powerful than 1 person working towards the same goal. Okay. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I know not everybody watching this is going to be able to share or to be able to use it at this point, but it's something to keep on the back burner if you can't. Okay.